ghosts, aliens, and other mysteries of the universe? Do you want to hear stories and opinions from people who have experienced the supernatural? Then tune in to Supernatural Limits, the podcast that explores the unknown and the unexplained. Every week, we explore encounters with the paranormal, the bizarre, and the unbelievable. Whether a skeptic or a believer, join us on this thrilling journey into the other side of reality.
Welcome, WEFOBZ Nation, to another episode of Supernatural Limits, episode 5. You're here with Puni Moa and Guy So Smooth. And for this rabbit hole, we're going to take you down to talk about giants. Disclaimer: everything expressed here on this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The views expressed belong to the speaker themselves and does not represent the wefobzenterprise brand. Well, Luce, we back at it again.
Oh yeah, we're back at it.
What to think about that last one, man? Those haunting stories we talked about.
Yeah, man. Shout out to what's his name? Komasi Molia.
Yeah.
You know, leaving a comment. Appreciate that. Confirming my story.
Right.
Yeah. I what do you think about it? I'm still baffled that you didn't even know about this story for you being living in Hawaii. Turned out it's one of those famous ghost stories out there.
I didn't know specifically. I knew about it, but I didn't know specifically. But I told you there was a bunch of them, bro. Mm-hmm. So they had that story, and then they had the story from Pele versus that other demigod, Kamapua. I knew about that story where you couldn't take pork across to one side of the island. So I was getting it all mixed up. The story that you told about, you had a girl in there, and then the one from the tunnel, it doesn't have a girl over there at the tunnel. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. It was actually a lady, huh?
Lady in white. Lady in white. Now, the lady in white, she shows up in a lot of places, especially indigenous culture stories too, bro.
Yeah.
From the Philippines to American Samoa, all the way down to freaking Ireland. What's up with the white, though?
I was just going to say the same thing. What is up with the freaking white dress?
I thought white was like a holy thing or like sacred and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, shoot. And then it's almost like as a wedding dress kind of white, you know? So like, what the heck?
It kind of makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand just thinking about on that. I remember we did that at that haunting stories episode, man. I was feeling hell out of it, just coming off of a mean ass cold, bro. What's the saying? Starve a cold, feed a flu. Is that what it is?
I don't know. Never heard of that one. When it comes to sickness,
I was out of it, but I was into the subject matter, and now here we find ourselves. Because you hit on it, right? I think you talked about it in that last one. Giants.
Yeah.
Hey, man, every time we hit up on a freaking interesting subject, WEFOBZ Nation, we're going to go there. That's what Supernatural Limits does. We're going to go there.
So which giants are we going to be talking about? You know, because we have so many, every country or island.
You got to open up with the main giant that everybody be knowing, especially us coming from one of, a highly spiritual, religious island and stuff. Being growing up, we had that whole subject about the Bible and stuff. So, big man,
Goliath.
The one David put down.
Yeah, Goliath.
That's why I wanted to bring it back to this. Do you think giants are real?
Yes, I think they're real.
No, I'm talking in a sense, not just giant, like 8 foot, 9 foot. I'm talking giant, like.
Oh, you talking about like big, like giant, like Jack and the Beanstalk fairy tale kind of stuff? You know, them giants?
Yeah, I'm talking Goliath big.
Well, us being Samoan and me being from Manua, yeah, I heard stories about fairy tales about, well, I wouldn't say fairy tales, just stories about giants roaming around the island of Moa.
Yeah, we had
And
hella
then,
giant stories in our Samoan culture, right?
yeah, and in the mountains. That's why mountains are so high. You
We
know what I'm
got a
saying?
giant story where there's giants that fought wars. They pick up other enemy canoes and put them up in coconut trees. We got giants going after women.
Yeah. So many giants, man. I mean, you know, they always say it's always that's why the mountains are all shaped like that.
Well,
Because it's shaped, it's in the form of a giant, you know, resting.
that's what people say. That's what people say, and we all live our day-to-day lives like, yeah, that's part of life.
You know what's crazy? It was actually this weekend. I was, you know, a nurse came into my room and it was like she
Wait,
asked like, "What are you, Samoan?" Right?
a
No, you
nurse
know,
came to your house?
no, to my room at the hospital. I was in a hospital for like 2 weeks. I mean, for a few days, you know.
What the
And
hell are you doing
uh,
in the hospital, man?
oh, you know what it is. You know, we're getting old.
What?
I said we're getting old, so you got to go get checked out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your heart, your make sure your diabetes are all, you know, all ready to go and stuff, are all good to go, and
Okay, so you said
all
two
that good
days,
stuff.
and I'm thinking, okay, a nurse come to check you. So you okay,
Yeah, but
bro?
what I'm getting, I'm good, brother. I'm good. You know, that's it's not about me. It's about our supernatural limits.
Well, then talk about
Because
this nurse, man. What the hell?
yeah, so she was saying the same thing. She's like, you know, Puni, do you believe in giants? Because I kind of believe that the movie Moana, and mind you, this woman is not Islander at all. You know what I'm saying? She's actually what is she? African American. She's like watching the movie. She's like, I believe in that movie Disney that you guys have. He's like, is you know how the what is it, that lady that turned into the island and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was just remember because that was a giant too, right? So I just wanted to be like, okay, there are people out there that actually believe in those kind of stuff too, you know? Because she said, yeah, I really believe that you know, giants live, roam the earth, and that they turn into like, you know, mountains and stuff like that. I'm like, that's cool, good for you. You know what I mean? As far for me, I'm just like I just enjoy having conversations, bro. You know, and
Yeah.
also having an open, you know,
Well, she opened up with giants.
yeah, that's what tripped me out. It was, I think because the fact that I was Samoan, you know, that's why she was like, that's what she asked first. Are you? And I'm like, Samoan. She's like, yeah. So is that whole Moana part of your culture? I'm like, yeah, it's a mix of all the Polynesian islands over, you know. But yeah, that's the story on that one, bro.
Yeah. So
Giants.
everybody, so there's lots of different things going on with giants. You got the ones in the Bible. You got the most famous one, Goliath. Then you got the Bible even goes, there's even something further than the Bible that says like the Nephilim. They were the kids of fallen angels and humans, and they were giants and stuff. Then you go to your Greek legends, like you were saying, there's hella giants and that stuff. You're the Greek the myths.
Mm-hmm.
People said there were giants all over the world, man, and then all of a sudden they disappeared. You come to the Americas and the archaeologists are saying like they have stories of like there used to be giants with red hair that used to eat some of the the first peoples, the Native Americans, the Indians, and they fought and killed those giants and stuff. And they said the bones and stuff are hidden by there's a whole conspiracy theory going around saying the Smithsonian Museum hides all the bones of the giants so that people don't understand, don't believe that they're there. Again, I put to you, are giants real?
Hey, I think they are.
Mm.
You know, when you have enough stories and stuff about it in fairy tales and movies, you eventually become a believer.
Well, it's kind of like you said, was it you who were saying like if you put a belief in something, it kind of gets to that point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Enough people believe about it, then it's there.
Giving them a reason to have a belief in something. Yep.
Well, I think because there's also, if you look on the internet and you Google or you Bing a giant footprint, like there's like this stone wall, and it has a huge ass footprint on it. It's way bigger than a human's. Like, who could have made that? There's also handprints, like huge handprints from like on these stones and stuff. There's just so much we don't know, man. Trying to keep it not, trying to not keep it shallow and stuff. Back home, stories of giants, giants fighting in wars. There's like giants, and there's like medium-sized giants.
I mean, it was just like the architect of back home. We didn't like. Remember, you even brought it up. You and Chief Lot brought this in like one of the earliest episodes of WEFOBZ. Like machines. I think we were talking about the potter.
Yeah,
we
were talking about how perfect those things turned out. Like,
so now I can kind of be like, well, what about all them stones that back home?
Exactly, because that's
that are
that's
all
a lot
lined
of,
up.
and a lot of people are starting to take a look again at these all around the world. They have these stone pyramids and stuff that are built.
Yep.
Like, are people saying, man, if humans couldn't do those, you think big giants could? Yeah, if you like,
it makes more sense that
if it wasn't aliens, yeah, maybe a huge person with that superpower kind of super strength kind of thing could carry those stones and put. Of course, if the giant was real, they would be able to put that shit down. It just, I wish I had like a, I don't know, like a TV screen that could look into the past.
Right. I remember the Stonehenge, the one in Europe. That's like nobody can ever explain that.
Well, they have a lot of explanations now, bro, but now they're finding that there's other places like Stonehenge all around Europe and the world. Mm-hmm. Like, they were building Stonehenge in Europe, and at the same time, at the other side of the world, they were doing the same thing. Like, there's this guy, he's going around and he's saying, Graham Hancock is his name. You can look it up on the internet. He's saying, there's a advanced civilization we're missing that gave all the places around the world, knowledge about how to build a civilization, how to farm, how to collect crops, all that stuff, how to build temples and pyramids. He say the human history is missing the information on that advanced civilization. Why are we talking about all this shit when as it pertains to giants? Like, people still having trouble to explain how these old ancient structures are built. Why these other things with big fingerprints and footprints they exist, right? Like Bigfoot, when he puts down his footprint. Have you seen a Bigfoot lately?
No, I haven't, but that's always been the stories in the late 90s.
Right? You see people bring up footprints and stuff, but you don't see the animal. Mm-hmm. I kind of think it's the same thing with the giants. But and I have that thing, man. There's that saying in Samoa, like in our culture, where it says, if the thing doesn't want to be seen, it's not going to be seen. And, I think they have like camouflage, like the Predator from the movie Predator. Like it's there, like it's there in front of us, but we can't see it.
For giants, though?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, they had a movie about it too. What was it? It's a recent one, but it wasn't an American. It was an international one.
I think I know giants.
The one. Yeah,
I know the one you're talking about. I think where was it? Switzerland or something like
Switzerland,
that.
Switzerland. Yep. It's a mountain.
I don't think it was Switzerland. It was somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the European countries, right? And the giant moves so that
they believe.
Fast.
Yep. Like there's a certain time that it actually comes back to the world. It sleeps as it's a mountain.
But when it slept, it was a mountain. Like, it was camouflaged as a mountain. Yep. Like, it's a rock. This giant is a rock. And in that culture, they believe in the giants that become trolls. Trolls is the name of the movie.
That's correct. So, right? I think it's all, again, going back to like, do I believe in giants? Yes, I do. I haven't seen one, but hey, there's enough stories and movies and just detailed stuff about it that just makes it believable. I could be wrong, but hey, till that day happens, you know.
Yeah, man, there's a freaking like sometimes no, not sometimes. A lot of times I figure lots of things are connected. So you know about video games, right? PS5. You ever heard of the game God of War?
Yep, God of War.
So the latest God of War, the one recent one, God of War Ragnarok. God of War, this character, he's in he's where the Viking guys are. The Viking gods are like Odin, Thor, and them, right? He lives because he's a Greek god, but he came to live over here and he had a wife. So the story goes, he had a wife, and the wife was a giant from these people.
From the Vikings?
Yeah, from the Vikings people. But then
Yeah, the guys from Norway, yeah.
yes, so this freaking game gives the explanation that giants aren't just huge mountain giants. There's also giants that could look like normal sized people.
Yeah, like Shaquille O'Neal and all of them, just big, real
right?
tall. Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
then,
right. Shoot. And they're tall, dude. They're really
like
tall.
there's giants that could be born that are normal, but they have giant blood and system inside of it. It's crazy, dude. Like if you think along those lines, yeah, giants could be real. Maybe real. Some
And
people want to. What's up? What's up?
It's probably, well, this is off topic too, since you brought up the God of War and the Vikings. It's probably the reason why they were dominated that time when they, you know, what was it? They were going over there and stealing or just sack racking Europe, you know, just to go there. Like they were said that they were all like real tall and big, you know, bigger than normal. So just imagine.
It's kind of sad though, because if you listen to a lot of the stories about the people and what they did to giants, like normal people killed giants because they say giants were eating them. So we fought back.
Yep.
It basically looked like we drove them to extinction. Unless, like I said, man, the giants may have that freaking predator camouflage and they're just hiding in plain sight. Or they could change themselves into like normal people size. We Bob Nation's like, what the frick these two talking about with giants and shit?
I was just thinking, like, what do you mean camouflage? I understand that, but I mean, wouldn't we consider all these tall guys that are living the earth right now, like Yao Ming? Yao Ming was a freakish height that. Well, that's not normal.
Okay, you could call those technical giants, but I'm saying the huge giants like mountains and stuff.
The mountain ones.
I'm saying that they could remember because they could probably hide themselves in plain sight with the camouflage that makes it look like you can see nothing. You know what I mean? Like the predator.
Dude, you're absolutely right, man. They might be the freaking Hurricane Trina, and we don't even know.
They might be the natural disasters that go on. We don't know. It's just like that movie Trolls. Like, remember?
Yeah, but remember how everything just gets flooded or something? Like, I don't know. We might be onto something, bro.
Bro, you should see the conspiracy theories going on X right now. There's hella conspiracy going on X right now about what happened to the freaking Maui fires, bro.
Oh yeah. So, what conspiracy are you thinking? Because I just felt like somebody lit that shit on fire.
Well, that's what they're saying, and then there's guys putting up videos on X saying like it was fucking like there was lights in the sky and it was a laser weapon, all kinds of conspiracy theories, bro. Like,
but it was a giant.
I don't know what happened to the Maui fires, man. Shout out to them, man. They're really suffering right now, but all these people just keep speculating about what's going on over there. But where does that bring us back, man? You never know, like you said, what could be causing some stuff. They always have that saying that fact is way stranger than fiction. Meaning what probably really happened is probably even more twisted than what people think imagined what that happened.
Yeah.
I'm speaking about giants, y'all. I'm not speaking about the fires.
Yeah, we're talking about just giants there, man. You never know. You never know.
Well, so the question is, WEFOBZ Nation, do giants exist? Have they existed? Are they real? We want to know. Drop us a comment. What do you think? Heard any good giant stories lately? Man, we get a bunch of those, right? Because the Americans have giants too in the American story, right? Paul Bunyan, Big
Yeah.
Blue. There's a couple. And we've said it before. America's like a new country. Just only what, 200, 300 years old?
Well, the forming of a country is new, but the
Yes.
place been here forever.
But they said they had giants here. Remember, I told you giants were here fighting the freaking Indians, the first people. This is all kinds of stories. So, just one of those things. You got any more on giants?
No.
Well, WEFOBZ Nation, there you have it. We want to hear back from you. Take it to the limit. Let's go there. Giants, are they real? And Puni, any shout outs before we start to close this one out?
Just want to shout you out, bro. For keeping this moving.
I'm gonna keep
And
the
to the
topic
listeners,
coming, bro.
To all our listeners, appreciate y'all.
Definitely.
Leave a
Listeners
comment.
and the watchers. Leave a comment. Talk to us. Let's conversate. This is Puni
definitely.
Moa. Go ahead, Puni.
Go ahead, brother. I mean, definitely to the man that left the comment. That was exciting, and it was in detail too. So appreciate that, man.
Shout out. Omasi. Thanks.
Oh,
Uso.
mercy.
Hit us up, bro. Hit us up. Talk to us about giants, man. I know you know a bunch of giant stories we used to get told in our young days. We might come back to this topic, WEFOBZ Nation. Man, I was a little early to the push there, but this is Puni Moa. This is Guy So Smooth. We look forward to having you here on another episode of Supernatural Limits. Let's go there. We out.